One of you commented in the last video.
Today's news brought to you by Iago from Aladdin.
Folks, don't tell my Uncle Gilbert I've been using his bit, otherwise he's gonna tell me to get a grip. Anyway, folks, Gabbie goes off on drama channels, Austin McBroom goes off on Tana Mongeau, and Jeff Wittek goes off on me. By the way, folks, anybody else watch the brand new Nursing Home Alone? Kevin actually has a gun this time. Irrelevant news. Footage of Bryce Hall discussing the boxing match you got knocked out in and never got paid for resurfaces.
Because I heard you were talking about me.
About what?
I can't move tickets.
It's not at all what I said. He's expecting me to move 400,000 tickets. I said I think that's overshooting for everybody.
Folks, this is awful. How dare Bryce Hall's former manager actually try to have a realistic grasp of this whole situation? Can't he just buy into Bryce Hall's dreams that money grows in trees and he'll actually get paid $5 million and get knocked out?
You specifically name dropped me.
I was trying to negotiate your deal to get him to guarantee you money.
You cannot tell me that it's not a little sus. This wouldn't be the first time you talk about me. So it's not really a non-believable statement.
Bryce Hall is not only factually correct, he is instinctually correct. Why would any manager in their right minds actually try to negotiate a deal where their client actually gets paid before the event in case that the event goes awry and nobody gets paid? Because who doesn't love working for free, especially when it involves getting punched in the face? Anyway, folks, Bryce Hall's former manager, Michael Gruen, shared some of those clips on Twitter, as well as a few statements saying that
It's a real shame. After the episode was filmed, I texted the attached to Bryce. He graciously accepted my note, apologized for what he said, and accepted my dinner invite for Monday. I texted him 3 times, called twice to meet up. He ignored it. Haven't heard from him since.
If I were him, I really wouldn't worry about it. I mean, Bryce Hall got punched in the head quite a few times. He may have just forgotten about it, along with literally everything else.
Bryce has been there for me a lot, and what has occurred from April 3rd on has been painful. I hope Bryce sees this and reaches out to apologize. I miss him as a friend, but friends don't behave like this towards other friends. I would 1000% fully forgive him.
Oh, well, you see, folks, he's trying to work things out with Bryce, and I bet that Bryce is going to read that and immediately message him, thanking him, and they'll go out to dinner, and everything's going to be worked out.
Michael Gruen is the fakest lying crybaby scam effer LA has to offer. That's why big executives don't associate with him anymore. He is the pure definition of fake it till you make it in LA.
That is a terrific outcome, folks, especially considering the size of Bryce Hall's ego.
Hey Bryce, it's a pleasure to reach you via Twitter. All I heard from this is that you think I've made it. I am flattered.
Now, folks, I wouldn't worry about this whole situation. After all, Bryce Hall has bigger fish to fry, like figuring out how to get $5 million for getting knocked out from a company that's allegedly filing for bankruptcy so they don't have to pay anyone. Hey, speaking of huge egos, Gabbie.
Everybody said that I was like a bad person, or like a monster, or a manipulative person, or soulless, or sociopath. I think that's where we need to open up a conversation again of understanding that you may not like the way that somebody behaves or the way somebody handled a situation, but you don't get to dictate other people.
Folks, I am so incredibly proud of Gabbie Hanna. She is right. People are different. They react differently. They behave differently. We shouldn't judge how other people behave or try to make them conform to the way that we think they should behave. And the best part about Gabbie's message, folks, is that there's absolutely no way in hell that she's actually going to contradict herself minutes later.
What they did was evil, and they profited off of it, and then they're posting about their Teslas. Angelica Oles, you started this thing. You absolutely, above all, need to take accountability for that.
Oh, I'm sorry, folks. The level of irony just made me doze off, or maybe it's the fact that Gabbie Hanna brings this back every 6 months and blames everybody else for it.
Dustin Daly, The Viewer's Voice, Repzilla, Anna Oop, Spill Sesh, all the rest of you who are too cowardly to put your face behind your name, you need to issue an apology. You need to issue a retraction. You need to share this petition with your audience.
Once again, folks, I apologize. My eyelids just felt a little heavy from all the guilt that's being projected. Anyway, folks, people reacted to Gabbie's video with Jesse Smile saying this on Twitter.
Gabbie, I don't know if your plan for me in this series is to follow through with your threats from last summer or of talking about our past. I do, however, sincerely beg you to leave my trauma out of it. Stop using the clips of me crying. You've done enough. Leave this out of it.
Now, folks, why would Gabbie do that and waste the opportunity of contradicting the central argument of her video by literally doing the very thing that she's accusing everybody else of doing? Paradoxes make the world go round. And I'm not talking about these paradoxes.
And she put this clip over audio of her talking about people who tried to put a target on her back. I get it, Gabbie. We had a toxic falling out after our friendship ended. Please leave me alone now.
I bet a lot of people wish they could leave Gabbie land, but unfortunately, once you buy the ticket, you ain't ever leaving.
I am being accused of exploiting the a young girl based on this video, even to go as far as insinuating that my video was a cause of such violent images being sent to her mother. In the video, I clearly state that I do not cover this case and that the sharing of the photos was disgusting. And it's clear I do not condone such vile behavior. It's been said the mother demands a public apology. I'm working on reaching out privately to make sure my intentions were not hurtful as she continues to deal with the tragedy.
Folks, we should applaud Gabbie right now because she's literally willing to go further than any human being would ever go, because she is literally willing to weaponize an awful event that is literally hurting the family every time it gets brought up, just so Gabbie can dunk on the people who have made critical videos about her. Because let's be honest, folks, bringing back a conversation that the family said was hurtful and which nobody had talked about in nearly a year and using it as a vehicle to levy accusations against the people you dislike is the best way to help the family find peace. And it also guarantees you a spot in the 7th circle of hell.
So let me get this right. Gabbie wants me to apologize because myself and others made videos calling her out for her neglect and not being self-aware of what she puts in her content. How in the absolute F does it make sense for me to apologize to Gabbie for her F-up?
Well, it's very simple, folks. Gabbie can do no wrong, and if anybody dares to believe otherwise,
with their heads!
sounds pretty reasonable if you ask me.
In no way fathomable would I ever disrespect a grieving family, even though Gabbie did that ish to me. I just rewatched my video and I was honestly very calm. She's deflecting because she doesn't want to own her own ish. She is actually a crazy person.
Be careful, she's listening.
Sorry, it doesn't sit right with me going on a video to drag channels while using the passing of someone you exploited. Seems as if your image is more important than the girl's life you claim to be so sorry over. You weren't sorry when you did the original video and you still aren't.
At the end of the day, folks, we must ask ourselves a deep philosophical question. If Gabbie Hanna cannot be allowed to bring up this situation in order to further victimize herself, then what else is he supposed to do in order to get back in favor with the public opinion? Be a decent human being? What does that even mean?
Gabbie Hanna named me as someone who made a video on her and that needs to apologize. I never made one.
Wait a minute, folks. It doesn't matter if you made or you didn't make a video. As long as Gabbie doesn't like you, you get wrapped up into it. And speaking of apologies, Austin McBroom was recently exposed for allegedly being owner of Social Gloves, a company that produced a YouTube versus TikTok boxing event.
Not Austin McBroom owning most of Social Gloves and then everyone being surprised people aren't getting paid.
How dare Tana Mongeau actually be right about something, folks? This is absolutely disgusting.
Not the most desperate human being speaking on ish she doesn't know about. Don't try and bring me or the event down to make yourself feel better about TanaCon. Every fighter, including myself, will be getting paid, and a lawsuit is happening, and it's not with his Social Gloves, dum-dum.
Oh, he's gotta lay off Austin. The guy's literally been crying ever since the end of the fight. He had to go tens of millions of dollars into debt so he could beat up Bryce Hall. Allegedly.
Just wait till I can actually speak about it.
Oh yeah, folks, I can't wait for Austin to just open up the good old tear ducts to get us all to pity him. I love those rich people tears. They taste so sweet.
Matter of fact, if you're a woman who would love to sleep Tana Mongeau in the ring, hit me up. I would be honored to make that happen.
Now, folks, I know for a fact that Tana Mongeau would absolutely love this opportunity because who wouldn't love getting your face punched in for free? Allegedly.
Back to my life.
Oh no, Austin, don't go, please. You don't have to go cry alone while sitting on a toilet.
100,000 pay-per-view buys is cap. Only the haters want to believe that. If anything, these people who are scamming, which isn't Social Gloves.
Oh, well, thank goodness, folks, it's not Austin because he said it.
Are basically saying all of us fighters fan bases ain't ish. We all know Social Gloves put on one of the biggest social media events in history, as all of you watched. The real numbers will come out soon. Just know Social Gloves weren't the ones who collected pay-per-view numbers purchases. Don't forget how you watched it.
Wait, forget what? I don't even remember what the hell we were talking about. Oh yeah, that's right, Bryce Hall got knocked out for free. Isn't that funny?
Followers don't equal pay-per-view buys.
I'm sorry, Jake, but you are dead wrong because the laws of economics do not apply to Austin McBroom.
Spot the difference.
This is absolutely preposterous, folks. Jake Paul should not be comparing Austin McBroom to the guy who produced the Fyre Festival. Austin should be so lucky as to produce an event as legendary as the Fyre Fest. And in other news, Jeff Wittek called me out again.
And you know what? I said some shit in the last podcast. It feels so long ago. But I said, I was like, yeah, frenemies was toxic. All these bullshit frenemies fan accounts. And you know who I'm talking to, you motherfucker Def Noodles. You little weasel.
This is a fan account?
Yeah.
Wait, I'm confused, folks. How would Jeff Wittek know that this is a frenemy stan account? Unless Jeff Wittek watches this show, which means that he's a frenemy stan. I knew I loved this guy for a reason. All he's got to do is knock out David Dobrik and we're good.
Trisha tweeted me back. She was like, saying our relationship's toxic. When you almost got by your friend. You guys had a fight live that fell apart while eating Domino's pizza.
By the way, folks, my sources tell me that Domino's new slogan is ending business and family relationships one slice at a time.
But don't clap back at me by saying, oh, your friend almost killed you. Yeah, I didn't want that to happen, you know? You guys chose to eat pizza and argue about money, and your relationship fell apart, and then you sabotage each other's families and the biggest, deepest, darkest secrets. Yeah, that's toxic.
But isn't that what being friends and enemies is all about? And now, palate cleanser. Anyway, defenders, make sure you like and subscribe for more videos like this. If you like, will be another boxer from the TikTok versus YouTube boxing event that gets paid. Tell me in the comments down below what you think. I want to know. Check out these videos right here. They're good too. Make sure you're drinking lots of water, taking the vaccine, and stay away from stupid people. Have an amazing day, defenders. I love all of you. Peace.